Once I'm rolling, I can't stop making videos. So here's the next one. In this one, we will start working with this template file, which I'm prepared and I'm sharing with you, and then use it first to recreate actually kind of like a basic base for reference purpose. And then we will make use of the create form to very quickly generate various studies of kind of like different shapes or shells, and those are all done just via the T-Splines or create form. So everything is sketch free and just sculpted, which is a really fun and creative way how to very quickly build organic shells, which are possible to do via sketches, etc., but are very labor intensive. And this type of surfacing simply is done better via the create form environment. Okay. Before we get started, you have to download this template file. The link is inside the description for the video in YouTube. Save it on your desktop, Mac or PC. Then in Fusion we go File, Open, from Computer, navigate to the file, Open, and there we are. It's all preset. The canvases are positioned and scaled, and the unit system is set. Very good. Now, since we would like to quickly explore various shape styles for the seeding using the sculpt or the form environment, we should create first a basic base everything will be sitting on. And this reference image has actually casters in it and a 5-star base. We will do everything without the rules, but we can use the rest as a proportional guide. So we can go to create cylinder, ground plane, click on that center point, 1.5 inches for the diameter, and then enter, and we can drag this one up maybe to 13 inches. Who knows? We can later modify this. Good. Enter. There we are. Now to model one of these legs, later we will actually create all via the pattern command. Again, we can go to a site and take a look at this as an inspiration, for example. So I will go to create shape, go to here, line, and then I zoom in. I have grid turned on. I click a little bit, not on the center, but a little bit inside. Then I go over maybe to here, go a little bit up, a little bit to here, and then down. Good. A little bit of cleanup. This should be vertical, horizontal. That's good. At this point, please be horizontally aligned. D for dimension, 9.5. And I would like to have here a distance of 0.5 maybe. Goody. Yeah, so that doesn't look too bad. I will click Finish Sketch, hide this, go to Extrude, 0.25, extrude each symmetry side as a new body, please. Okay, good. Yeah. I don't know really if this looks good, so I will go ahead and create myself a circular pattern body. This body, please, around. By the way, I can select the cylinder 5 times. Very good. So there we have it. So maybe the amount was okay. I would like to change everything a little bit. So let's go back to here. So I double clicked on that extrude command and say the whole distance maybe be 7.5. So the whole length, I mean. Okay, So there we see it's getting actually very close. Okay, good. And then I will go one time back and I also will hide this one. And then I will go to move and copy because this face I would like to rotate a little bit. So here, this face, just rotate 1 degree. Okay. Let's do this one more time. Face this one. Also -1. Okay. So you see it tapers a little bit. Makes it look more elegant. And because here this command makes a circular ray of the body, basically you see how all the changes I put before the circular pattern command are in there now. Very nice. Okay, good. So this might actually look pretty fine. I will do a combine and say, hey, all you here combine. Very good. When I do a rounding, how does this look? I can do a rounding that way. Repeat, can I do a rounding this way? Yeah, okay. Undo rounding. What about when I select this edge and I do a rounding? Yeah, that works. Repeat. Here I can do a rounding now. And right click, repeat, and do a rounding here. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. But the problem now is if I would do the same here, then these elements actually would start cutting into each other. So maybe if I might have to undo these steps. But I started to see now if can I create a nice blend between them. Let's say this is something maybe you would like to try out. So what about we say this should be 9. So there you see how there's a slight overlap, no? Okay, good. So after the circular pattern, let's do this cut. Okay, and what happens if I now go ahead and round this? Oh, look at that. That actually doesn't look too bad. No? I hope you start seeing kind of like what I was trying to do there. Okay, let's click cancel here for the moment. Because there was another kind of like similar issue actually I noticed. Hold on, I shouldn't have hit cancel. Let me do this one more time. Okay, good. You see this edge here, this edge I later need to round to. Okay. But basically now I figured out, this all actually works. Good. So I will undo a few steps just to go back to here because I know this configuration, what I have now, how I would like to blend everything will work. If I take a look at my reference image, there are these funny elements here. And maybe I want to see, can't I just put this into my sketch too? So I go back to my sketch. So now there you see, there is that part. So it looks like it's a horizontal extension. Okay. But maybe I make this a tick higher. Then I go over and then slightly at an angle and I go back. And then this I would revolve. But I would do the revolve after, yeah. After I did these moves. Okay. show the sketch, revolve U, axis around there, join, very good. Let's see, fingers crossed. Yeah, flop. Kind of cool, no? How everything automates. Okay. And now I can go ahead and maybe this is all a little bit too big. Just style it as we would like. Yeah, nice. So this is actually good. Now, filleting, adding roundings is always a tricky business. It can slow things down, which is why I join everything together. Very good. Then I can go ahead and say in the first pass, I will round all these edges, create myself a nice base, 1 inch, 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 feels better. It's not too big. Then in the second pass, since I'm working at the center, I will select all these edges and round those. Let's see by how much, 0.5. Oh, it was 5. Okay. Or 4. Very good. And since this is now done, then I can go ahead and say Ene, mene, mi. Und raus bist du. That was a German saying, here, we round those. Very good. Because this here previously was a line, I needed to round it, so then this was able to be nice and smooth. Very good. Since now this is connected, we can go ahead and say, good, this being so sharp is not really up to my standards. I would like that to be a little bit softer, 0.1 maybe, not too much. 0.05. Yeah, that is good. But then I see, I don't have enough space to round this cap. Not a big problem. Let's drag this one up a little bit. Now by moving this line, I manipulated this edge here. And the software rebuilt everything. And now I can go ahead and say, good. I will select all those. 0.2, 0.1. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I would say now we have actually a base that looks a little bit more interesting. It's not just a boring piece that is under it. It's not too distracting. And this will look, or it is stable and it will function when we are going to build actually the shell ideas over it. Now the base is done and we can go ahead and explore very quickly some design ideas. This is one of my favorite parts of the design process. Turn off your brain because that's the biggest enemy and simply be playful. My wife would say being a nerd. So we will start with create form, then go to box. Very good. On the front plane, the box type from the center, and somewhere here I click. Very good. And then I drag this one out. 16 by 16 inches. Okay. Enter. And then when we go to the side, also here, this should be 16 and length, width, and height each one. Very good. Let's go to the right. Edit form. All. Double click, we can bring this over, scale, bring this a little bit to there, and we know roughly where we might have to sit. And our first question is, so what can I do with a sphere? The sphere is my basic building element. So right now, that's not too That's not big enough to sit in it. So let's go to scale. With the scale, then we can scale X, Y, and Z, or at the center, we can scale everything at the same time. And then we can go back to position this. Yeah, so maybe a little bit more scale. There, okay. Very good. Then click Finish Form. And this is now a solid piece. Let me turn this off. And we will create a sketch at the side and then make a shape like this. Maybe bring this down a little bit more. There, backrest. Okay, very good. And with this sketch, we can split actually this body. Cool. With this, now we have a nice solid thing. When we sit on it, we will slide down. So we need to core this one out. We should have done this actually before we did the split. So let's go back in the timeline. Shell this one 1 inch to the inside, maybe. Click OK. And then when I go back, turn this one off. Yeah, look at that. That doesn't look too bad. And now we can move actually the sketch and then see in real time how this sphere, for example, updates. If I want to sit in this, let's actually do a section analysis. There we are. Yeah, this corner here is going to be really, really painful. So the sphere is kind of too small. We actually have to make it really bigger. So double click on the T-Spline thing. Very good. There we are. Then edit form, double click everything, scale, and yeah, let's scale this up really big. Just be bold. We can always adjust everything, but there's no point in trying to do baby steps. But now I can see here, so I would sit here. This arc is good. This is more a line. Okay, yeah, you see this is actually somewhat better now. Okay. Good, okay. So the piece might not be too bad no, to sit in. Maybe one last idea is double click. There we are. And I will do the following. Go to modify, select the whole piece, and then we scale this vertically a little bit, move it down, and see what happens when we do it maybe this way. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So you recreate this cavity again. So maybe the way how we had this as a sphere is okay. Good. Okay, so this was kind of like idea number 1. To finish this, maybe 0.5, 0.75. Let's round this interior area so it's not so brutally sharp. And everything was built just out of a sphere. We would like to group everything. So we select in the timeline, right click, create group, right click, rename, idea 1. And then magic, suppress feature, and boom, it's gone. Suppress feature basically, well, as it says, it suppresses it. It doesn't delete it, it currently just removes it. Cool. So, ready for the next one. We can turn on the canvas again so we can see where we are. This time, create form. I will start actually with a plane. Top view, center, very good. So on the horizontal plane, that's nice. We'll try 16, 16. Here, faces 1, 1 first. Thank you. Then this face, I will move up, maybe to where I want it to be. There we are. Okay. Now the interesting steps. Modify. edge select. I will select this edge and this edge, hold the Alt key and then drag this one up till, for example, we reach this part. Now the next step, hold the Alt key and then you see here, I click on this sideward scale and we scale this part out. Click OK. Turn canvas off. Now you see what we have. That's quite interesting. If we want this area to be more flat, or here we would like to have this less be curvy, for example, along here and here we need an edge. To do this, modify, insert edge, single, the other side. Now we have to memorize this. So minus 0.1, which means 10% to the left side. Okay, right click, repeat, click this one. Okay, 0.1. And you see how we are starting to straighten everything. We can do the same there. Yeah, I go to the inside. And yeah, whoop, cool. Okay. So then we can select this back face. Very nice. Modify. Also here we extrude this a little bit out. Very nice. And then we can extrude this one up. Now I'm holding the Alt key. Okay. Maybe I will do a little bit of a lumbar support. So I move this one in, hold the Alt key, and then I bring this one back to there. Okay. I have really no idea proportionally how this works out. Oh, actually it's not too far off. So maybe this a little bit further down. The lumbar support is kind of okay. Yeah, and here, let's turn canvas off. This is all a little bit confusing right now. So let's go to this display. And then what we will do is we will select all these edges, which I'm selecting here right now, and then move them all a little bit inwards. And then we can go back to the soft view. Yeah, not too bad. Maybe a little bit, whoops, wrong way. Maybe a little bit up if we want to. Maybe a little bit more lumbar support. Okay. So let's go to this view again. Face select. So maybe you, and you. We just bring down a little bit more. We don't make these wings too aggressive. Okay. Yeah, interesting. We can finish the sculpt mode and cross fingers that actually the thicken command will work now. Please, 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 please. 1/2 inch. Oh, it does. Sweet. Awesome. Good. Wow. There's a little bit of a tiny issue going on. For what we're doing, maybe this is fine, but I have a hunch how we can quickly fix this. Let's double click onto the form or right click and say edit and go back to this box view. And then you will see that here we have the line and line. I would like actually to do the following. I need to have another groove here. So to do this, it's quite easy. Insert edge here, 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 0.5. So at the center. Okay. Now I need to have an edge there too. I will go insert point, click, and then I find where it snaps to the midpoint. There it is. Click. Okay, very good. Now I have a spline at the center. Then I can go back to insert edge, double click this one, say both. Oh, that's interesting. Whatever, and scale this one out, maybe to there. Okay. This funny straight diagonal line is gone. No problem. And then I will select those offenders here, and sayonara, we would hire them. So they're gone. So you see, we built a little bit of kind of like a small loop. Let's see how this works when we end everything. Okay, the feature command now breaks. There. Adjust the value or the input geometry. Okay, so there's some problems. Yeah. Let's see. How can we fix this? Insert edge, U and U. Point 1, but only one side. Okay, the other side. Point 1 also is more relative now because it's percentage. It does not really mean a particular distance. And then via the edge select, I bring this one out a little bit. Careful what you click there. And let's see if this still creates that issue. Oh no, there it works a little bit better. So to the inside is actually not really good. You can see how we get these stretches because we have a very tight corner, and then because we create a thickness, we are tightening these corners. We can also see here some issues. So what we need to do there is we double click, and here's a little trick. Left, what's going on here? There. Left click right to the left side. Delete. No problem. Don't freak out. Mirror. Then we select. No, not internal. Sorry. Mirror. Mirror duplicate. This whole thing duplicate along this plane there. So now I have two sides. That's cool. But I only, as you can see, model actually on one side. So 1, 2, 3. I bring these a little bit further away. So you see, I spaced everything out a little bit more. That actually will help de-stressing everything a little bit. So let's see. Don't worry about the error message, but there we see. Yeah. Okay. Well, we fixed that problem. Also here, this is now much better. Nicely solved. Okay, cool. There's our version 1, and if we want so that whole design is good, then let's select everything in this view, modify. Let's rotate this a little bit, bring this down and say, that's where the piece will be. Okay, good. Yeah. Very nice. This surface we created, we remove. And then create group, right click, rename idea 2. Very good. And suppress. No. We make a next one. Go to canvas, create form. Very good. I will actually go to the side. There we are. Make a sketch. Click here. Then I will select control point. Click, click, maybe click, click, click lumber support, and we end somewhere. Okay, escape. Then I can push and pull these points a little bit. Maybe a little bit closer. So this is more rounded. Very, very good. Just a little bit to there. Yep, that seems good. Finish sketch, and then check this out. We will go create extrude, and this I will extrude out by 8 inches. That's good. And we do this symmetry. That looks actually brilliant. Very nice. Let's turn this off. We can hide the sketches, and there you can see now what we have. A nice piece. And if we want, we can continue massaging everything. So I selected these two edges, bring this up a little bit. If we would like to tighten this area more, we need maybe here an edge. So I select both, insert edge, maybe there, okay. Okay, there, now you see how this actually became a tick better. Very good. Bring this up. A little bit more lumbar support. Maybe this a little bit lower. This maybe a little bit up, a little bit back. I'm paying attention to this flow. Yeah, and now to make this whole design look even cooler, I now move the center elements. Look at that. Beautiful and super easy. There. How does this look when we select maybe these here and scale them? I don't know. I can turn this into some sort of cool office chair. Let's not overdo it. Maybe a slight scale is actually fine. Not too much. It's kind of like a bow tie or something. You notice also here something is happening, how this is straight and then goes down in arcs. When we go to this, to point select, you see here these points. We can select them all. Those I will keep. Same here. Okay, there. And then we will select this link tangent, and maybe it will be good to see here. We see how this line will go in a little bit. There. Now this is more fluid. Very good. Okay. So if we like this, it's an interesting kind of like shape. Maybe we can scale these two one tick more. So these two edges to make this more concave. Okay, good, finished form. Look at this interesting shell we have now. Again, this is not meant to look perfect. This is all just a technique to very quickly block out various ideas, how something could look. It's form development. And then later what we discover, we can then apply to a better design. Here again, let's remove this one and then all this, right click, create group, and rename idea 3. See how fast actually we can produce ideas. Enter, thank you. Suppress, good. So really so super fast, last one, create form. Let's show this box, plane center here, click, drag this one out, 16, 16, 16. That's all good. Also here, 16, very good. 1, 1, 1. Bring everything over to here. Okay. Then this face maybe a little bit backwards. Okay. And then these two faces we have here, we delete. Flop. Look at what we have now. We have actually kind of like an open shape. Then we can, if we want, go to the scale command, select these points, and maybe scale these points away. Now we're getting kind of like this type of a shape. Doesn't look too bad. For seating, this is way too round. For the back, yeah, it's maybe too arced. So we need a line in there. Okay, so we know how to do this. Let's go to Insert Edge. other side to there. So minus 0.5. Very good. And then insert point. Now we can continue this to there. There, now we straighten this a little bit. You see? Not too complicated. If we go to the side, let's see what we can do when we select just these points and drag those down. So you see it's actually, oh, what are these tangents doing here? You see they're a little bit in our way. There, thank you. So now I can just work with these points and the tangent handles will follow by itself. You go to there, very nice. These 2 points I will select and pull down. Maybe a little bit. This one here I can select and pull back a little bit. These maybe I select and move up a little bit. Let's go to the front view. Whoa, actually it's quite interesting. Here I will go to edge select these 2 edges and scale them apart a little bit. Yeah. It's going to be a pretty wide share. I don't like how this line here is so so linear, so I need to have one more cut there. So we go modify, insert edge, not this one, but maybe here, these 2, but ideally maybe there, I don't know. I'm just eyeballing this right now. And then insert point U to U, okay. No, we want to do the same on the other side. So we select the right side, delete it, and then symmetry, mirror duplicate U along this plane. Thank you. Less work. Yeah, some other interesting modeling techniques. This line now I would like to straighten. Okay, let's straighten it with the scale command. Okay. Maybe here we do the same. I can bring them back. So you see, this way we can very easily bring a little bit of order back there. Good. This point here, maybe that was a good idea, but I will bring this one back down. And now I will do the following. I will select these 2, or actually just this one edge, Alt, and then drag this out. Very nice. Then I select this one, Alt, drag this out. Select these 2, Alt, drag this down. There's actually a little bit of an issue, as you can see here. So let's see what is happening there. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, so if something like this happens, the easiest way to fix this, let me show you. There's not really a gap, but the mirroring command, for whatever silly reason, fails there. We simply select this. Yeah, okay, I select this one side and delete it. That doesn't work, as you see. So we have to actually clear the symmetry. So we clear it and then we go back, select this, okay, silly symmetry, and then we just reapply the symmetry after. Now we did this extrude there. Easy peasy. If one way doesn't work, okay, we'll make it work a different way. And then vertex weld. So U to U, suck. No, that's a rectangular face. This is a bridge. So bridge, U to U. No, actually flip this arrow. Yeah, very good. Oh, 2 edges. No, I don't want 2 edges. So let's delete this one more time. One face. Flip this. Okay, yeah, this is better. Then we can go back to this. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. Now this looks actually much nicer. Now we can continue sculpting this till eternity and how much fun we want to and time to invest. It's actually quite common here also with the mirroring, and not the mirroring, with the symmetry we apply and then repair it, apply. So if one way doesn't work, not a big deal, we just fix it. Because this is not parametric, this is more like polygon modeling, it doesn't really matter much. We're not linked to time-wise what we do. Very good. So I was just only in this last step here trying to clean things up a little bit. Here, this point I would like to move over a little bit. So this is more the diagonal. Same here. Maybe go to there. Yeah. Maybe go in a little bit. Yeah. Now make this a little bit like a concave surface. Good. There we are. And then this thing. There we are. Remove this one. It doesn't look too bad. Kind of cool. Also how everything beautifully flows. And then where we sit, we straightened a little bit. The sides we straightened a little bit. And again, all the stuff without any type of sketch. Oops, not suppress. We put this into a group. Rename idea 4. And suppress. I mean, why suppress? We are done. I mean, we could make another model, but this is good because we kind of like actually took a look at few very interesting ideas. How can we build something kind of like as a sphere? Make this more like folded, like a cardboard box. A sheet that we deform. Or something here, a sphere we cut open and then we fold stuff out more. But unlike here, everything is connected. And all this, what you see here is just for a seat, but it can be literally every type of furniture or whatever. Modeling is modeling. What later we see or what we build, that's up to us to decide. Okay, peace out.